welcome to Feeding Nation Through Education Evening of Gratitude. We have named this Evening of Gratitude because there have been phenomenal, amazing work that you guys have believed in our vision and help us do, that we want to be accountable to our donors and be thankful for it, and at the same time let you know what and how your donation has been used for. So with no further ado, I'm inviting you to join me in the choir of Burkina Faso, a women group that are together dancing and singing, and we're gonna see them dance and sing right now. Their dance and their song means that we will overcome with God. With God, we shall overcome. That's what the song is about. So please take the time to step out and dance. Just try it. I'm gonna try it. So let's try it together. And after that, my wife
Hello. Welcome everyone who has just joined us. I hope you've enjoyed that music video from Burkina Faso. We have a couple of housekeeping items before moving on in our program. Every participant upon entry is muted and video off. We would love to read your comments. So please leave us your comments or questions in the Q&A section and we will be sure to get back to you. Now we are going to jump right into an introductory video of what FNTE is about. Then my husband will talk about the sustainable impact of our programs, followed by the testimonies of two of our volunteers here in the United States. Please enjoy this evening with us.
Greetings. This is Alfred Koala who is feeding nation through education. It is my hope and prayer that you and your family are doing well. As a non-profit organization, our aim is simple: helping people help themselves. We equip and train the poor families such that they can produce enough to feed themselves and pay it forward. Give me a fish and you would feed me for a day, but teach me how to fish and you would feed me for life. This is exactly what Feeding Nation Through Education is about. It's a pay-it-forward strategy to eradicate poverty. I personally grew up extremely poor in Burkina Faso, West Africa. I had to drink dirty water to survive. Went days without food, and worse, I had to help bury children who unfortunately did not make it. I hate poverty. But with the amazing opportunity I have gotten to be educated in the United States and now know my God-given calling in life, I developed Feeding Nation Through Education as a sustainable way of helping people such that they will be able to help themselves going forward. We do this through 4 simple, cost-effective solutions. Number 1, our care package. Our care package is comprised of 2 bulls and a plow. That is how to best utilize it in their own farm. With that, they produce enough food to feed themselves and no longer starve. Their surplus is sold to fund their children's education. Each family who received our care package has 5 years to pay it forward to another family. As the cycle continues, more and more families are taken out of extreme poverty and more children are schooled as a result. Number 2, our clean water well program. We drill clean water wells in the villages where we intervene. The design of our clean water well is such that we build concrete walls around it to protect it from dust and debris. We also include a trough that provides the same clean water to animals as well. Each of our wells is at least 186 feet deep, and we train the villagers how to maintain it. As a result, water-related diseases are reduced, and children can now live long enough to go to school for education. Number 3, our women microloan program. We grant an envelope of $100 to women in the villages to start their own handcrafted businesses. Each recipient is required to pay the same microloan forward to another woman the following year. As the cycle continues, more and more women are now entrepreneurs and breadwinners, supporting their families, especially their children's education. Number 4, our education program. We are building a middle school and a high school on a 40 acres property in Burkina Faso. As a village boy, I know that even an elementary school education can be hard to come by for the poor families in the villages in Africa. And a high school education is often out of reach for the poor children, not to mention college. That's why our strategy is to build a middle school and a high school to serve as a bridge for the poor children to have access to higher education and become positive change makers in their respective communities. I am really excited about this mission ground. And the good news is our middle school construction is already completed, open, and now serving practical hands-on education to 7th through 10th graders as I speak. Our next goals are to build a library, the dorms, a water tower, and the high school. Once completed and at full capacity, our school will serve 1,000 students each year. The sustainable component of our programs is such that our care package, clean water wells, macroloans, all serve together to empower the families and set them in a position that they can afford the cost of education of their children, making education accessible to all children. Because of our donors' support and our volunteers' effort, the measurable result of our programs goes beyond word. On our care package side, over 3,000 people are now out of extreme poverty and no longer starve as I used to. Through the Clean Water Well program, over 100,000 people now have access to clean water every day. In addition, our macroloan program took over 386 women out of extreme poverty and transformed them into handcrafted business owners, now supporting the children through school. Last but not least, our educational program, our strategy in there made it possible that over 500 children are now schooled and their tuition paid for by their very own families who used to be extremely poor. That is the power of helping people help themselves. I am inviting you to join us in transforming the poor into givers such that they can help themselves going forward. With your donation, we equip them and train them to succeed, to become self-sufficient, and to pay it forward. For more details on how you can help or give, visit our website at www.feedingnations.org.
Thank you, everybody. I can go on and on about the measurable result of Feeding Nation through education, about the amazing difference that you have helped us do. In talking about difference, I have some profound update and news for you today. For all our donors, supporters, partners, folks who give to FNTE, who pray for us, tonight, it is my honor and privilege to humble myself before you to say thank you for the amazing difference you've done with FNTE. From 2010 to 2020, it's been a roller coaster. Challenge to build the organization, challenge to face governmental institutions in West Africa, in Burkina Faso, challenge on paperwork to make sure that everything we do is legal, authentic, and meeting all legal requirements on both the United States side as well as on the Burkina Faso side. I am pleased to announce that as of today, we are official in the United States as well as in Burkina Faso. We've just been acknowledged by the government of Burkina Faso as a partner in development in Burkina Faso. Tonight, we have reached a huge milestone together as an organization. From 2010 to today, we have raised $1 million in the last 10 years, all combined, our upper years and lower years. And this, I know, and I know it deep in my heart, that this is not my work. It is all of us combined to be able to do it together. For some people, this is a huge amount of money. To some, this is nothing yet. But for us at FNTE, this is a praise God and 1 million thanks to our donors. We appreciate your effort. We're thankful for you joining us in the last 10 years to be able to do this together. It is with this that we've been able to provide, as I listed earlier, our care packages that took over 3,000 people out of extreme poverty, provided over 100,000 people with clean water as we speak, and granted the opportunity to over 500 kids from elementary school to middle school that now have access to education for the first time in the history of their families, and took 386 women out of poverty and made them successful handcrafted business owners. I can go on what we did with this money, but I wanted to pause tonight and say, this is an evening of gratitude. We wanted to say thank you to you for supporting us in helping us reach that goal, that milestone together. And to be exact, according to our finance guru, Randy, he explained that it's exactly $1,044,928. None of this would have taken place without your help. So we break it down into this. We have about 32% of that went to our care package, and 15% of it went to our clean water well. For our women microloan, 4%. 42% went to our school. That's why the middle school is completed, open, now running. We got 15 teachers, students, staff. It is going. And the government just opened the schools in Burkina Faso, granted us the opportunity to reopen this past October 1st, 2020. And we had 2% went into emergency assistance. Those are assistance we provided when we were on our mission trips to find families that are starving, or somebody who is hospitalized, or children that desperate need. We took steps to make those changes. 5% was our admin cost and governmental fees. And I want to point it out that those 5% has been donated and provided by myself and my team, our board members. At FNTE, all our volunteers, including myself, we all actually work full-time jobs and dedicate part of our lives to do this, to help those who are in need. What a blessing to be able to help. So therefore, 100% of everything you donate to FNTE goes directly to our program, because we, the board members, cover the governmental fees, the admin fees. That's why all that I listed earlier has been able to be done. So I wanted to say thank you again, because for the last 10 years, it took many of us to trust an infant nonprofit organization that birthed. This was a dream of mine, a vision that God gave me, that you all bought into, believe in it, and helped and supported, and made it possible that thousands of lives have now been changed. I can tell you countless of stories like the social change, the problems with religions. Now, Muslims, Christians, animists, all combined get together at church. And say a prayer and then start their FNTE training with one goal: helping people help themselves. We couldn't have done this without you. So thank you for being part of Feeding Nation through education. The impact is humongous. But I have two stories that we wanted to share with you. There is the impact that took place in Burkina Faso, as I listed earlier. And there is also impact happening right here in the United States, where many people and that have volunteered for us or served with us are being blessed through the organization. And we'll hear two of them. First of all, Francois, and then Paul.
Hey everyone, Francois here, social media manager for Feeding Nation through education. I was asked to say a few words for this beautiful moment of gratitude, and I wanted to, instead of expanding upon the long list of contributions Feeding Nation made to Africa, shed a little bit of light on something quite atypical about Feeding Nation, and it was the way it gives also back to the members who are involved with the organization. It's not always that you get to see a nonprofit that gives you as much as you give it, if that makes sense. And personally, I think I'm a walking testimony of that. A lot of professional opportunity I was able to secure because people could see that I had things going outside of just my professional career. People could see that I cared about doing good in the world, and I had a certain sense of social responsibility to my direct and indirect community. And that translated into me meeting a lot of amazing people, me getting a lot of professional and personal mentorship through the organization. And I think that is just such a wonderful thing that really encapsulates the essence of Feeding Nation, which is that self-serving cycle of good. The more time I invest into the organization, it's almost like the more I get back out of it. So wanted to just thank everyone involved for being so authentic and genuine, and again reiterate how happy and proud I am to be part of his journey and be able to contribute to this happy feat. Enjoy the rest of your day, and thank you.
Hello, welcome to Feeding Nations Through Education Evening of Gratitude. We're so happy that you chose to join us this evening. My name is Paul Beretta. Recently became a board member with Feeding Nations Through Education. I met Alfred about 3 years ago. We met at a coffee shop, and that's how we started our friendship. This is an amazing young man that I had the privilege and the honor of becoming such close friends. I treat him as if he was my brother, and I feel so connected to him. And to know what God has done in this young man's life and what he's come through. I don't know what it's like to not have food, to not have drinking water, to not have a bed to sleep in, to struggle to go to bed hungry. I don't know what those things are like. And it so captured me when he began to tell me his story and to tell me how God had moved in his life and changed him and brought him to America. This is a young man that, against all odds, he moved from a small country in Africa to the United States. He ended up in Chico, California. And now he is a software engineer, a master's degree, a father, a husband, and a friend. And he is just an amazing young man. I don't know what else I could say about him, but his life has impacted my life. And in 2018, I had the opportunity to travel with him to Burkina Faso, and it's changed my life. It has been something that I'll never forget. And I'm so motivated to continue to go back as often as I possibly can. My wife's a teacher. We hope to teach there at some point. I got grown-up kids, so we're real close to being empty nesters. And we just want to serve people. And this ministry does just that. Your giving has given us the ability to drill wells, to provide care packages to families in need, to feed their families so that their children don't go to bed hungry, to provide women with microloans so that they can take care of their families and help feed their families, to be able to educate their children with the surplus. We don't want to just give people money or give them things that they can't use, that doesn't benefit them in the long run. We want to give them things that they can turn around and give back and use to bless others. That's the whole point, is that we want people to be self-sufficient, not reliant on us and not reliant on you. What your giving does is it gives a foundation to families that live on an annual income of $1,700 a year. I'm moved by this ministry because of the impact that I've seen it make. I've been there. I've ate with people who waited on me hand and foot, who would give me whatever I needed, and they have nothing. And they love me. They treated me like family. They're an amazing people, and I consider them my family. And with your giving, even $5 a month, if that's all you can give $5 a month. And you won't even miss it. You won't even know that it's gone. You could do an automatic deduction for $5 a month. And the impact, if 1,000 people did that, is huge. What can you do?
Wonderful. Thank you, Francois and Paul, for the fabulous story. It's good to know how much the impact of FNTE is on folks, our countrymen and countrywomen in Burkina Faso, but it's also encouraging to know that it's impacted many people right here in the United States. 25 other people like Paul who have traveled with us to Burkina Faso through our service trips and have served phenomenally and continue to support Feeding Nation through education. Thank you to all of you. Our heart goes out to all of you for your step, your courage, your effort to go to a land you've never seen, become brothers and sisters, and now we are one team serving, helping people help themselves. Tonight, before we conclude our evening of gratitude, this was really to take the time to share with you how far we've come since 2010 to 2020, and also share with you the impact deep from our heart and let you know how much we've been able to raise. And the fact that we're able to reach the $1 million point, it's remarkable. And our goal is to be accountable to our donors. So this is a phenomenal opportunity that I want everybody to know that your contribution made it possible for us to reach the 1 million mark. And everything that has been done, you have done it. So thank you very much. Some people are wondering, how do I help? If you're watching us for the first time, or you've been part of our team, you've been donating to FNTE, how can I help? We put together some steps here for you. Number one, you can certainly mail your check to Feeding Nation through education. Just make it to FNTE. At the bottom, our PO box here, 4509 Chico, California, 95927. Some people also do it directly from their online banking. We have few people that are doing that already. Thank you so much for that. And from their online banking, they just set up FNTE as a payee and decide how much they're gonna donate monthly going forward, and the bank will get the check out to FNTE. For those who are doing that, thank you for your monthly donation. We really appreciate it. That's what made it possible that everything above, everything we shared about was able to take place. And then number 3, certainly for those who like the internet and really make things easy for us, it is to go to our website, feedingnation.org. On the right corner, you will see the donate button and click there. It gives you few steps. You place your donation. You can actually set it up directly there also for monthly donation. We have received some emails, amazingly enough, and telling us that our website looks to be the most colorful, basically the most beautiful website in the internet. I thought it was fabulous. So thanks to our IT team. Thank you for this beautiful site. So please go there, take a look. There are more videos and details, story of successes that we recorded from Burkina Faso that are there, stories that share the impact about FNTE. I hope you take a tour of our site to see the information that are there for you, to update you more. Last but not least, how can you help? This is an opportune time for you to share this video when you get it in your email to your friends and families, and take the opportunity to let them know the organization that you so love and support, so that they too can join you in supporting Feeding Nation through education. So everyone is welcome on our side here, as well as on the receiving side. Everyone is welcome. We love people and serve them, but help them in such they are able to help themselves going forward and pay it forward. If we continue to do that, we will be able to end famine across the globe. We will end poverty, just like we've done for those thousands and thousands of people in the last 10 years. I'm looking forward to a phenomenal next 10 years and see the potential and amazing difference we're gonna make together. Thank you for joining us today, and thank you for your partnership. On behalf of all the families who received our care packages, on behalf of the thousands who now have clean water well to drink, on behalf of the children, the students who are now attending school for the very first time in their family history, on behalf of our team here in the United States as well as in Burkina Faso, and for all our donors, we wanted to say thank you for your partnership with FNTE. Have a great evening. God bless you, and we look forward to connecting more with you.